Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. Are you taking 100% responsibility for what you do? Of course you are. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, Perry Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast and owner of PutYourselfFirst.com. And I'm a health and fitness coach that's helped thousands of people just get started, get off the couch, get going, get results, and live happy, fulfilling lives, right? So, we're going to talk about taking responsibility for what you do. And are you striving to be all you can be, or are you just coasting? You know, I think a lot of us will answer the question, of course I'm taking full responsibility, until life gets tough and then we start finger pointing. Been reading a great book by Darren Hardy. You may want to get it. It's called The Compound Effect. And he says that the way he writes it in here, and it was great perspective, you alone are responsible for what you do, don't do, or how you respond to what's done to you. And that's challenging for some people to kind of realize. It's easy to think that you're kind of only part responsible for many things. You know, you're kind of only partly responsible for relationships or finances. You know, relationships, maybe it's easy to think that you're 50-50 partners in a relationship, or finances, it's the economy's fault. Or when it comes to health and fitness, it's not my fault that the Zumba class got canceled, or that my gym's closed on Friday afternoons or Friday evenings or whatever. You get the idea. But when you take 100% responsibility for your own choices and actions, it actually puts you in control. We're more in control, and it's quite liberating that way. I had an empowering mindset that revolutionized my life. Now, I had kind of a dramatic wake up call way back when. I'll share a little bit more about that in a second. But it's really easy to get derailed and want to point fingers, especially when I was in a health and fitness funk. And my waistline was getting out of control, and I was doing a lot of finger pointing, and I was just looking for a quick fix. But I realized something clicked one day when I'm like, you know what? If it is to be, it's up to me. If I take 100% responsibility for my own actions, that kind of gave me unlimited power to control myself and control my destiny. And do I still struggle and revert back to some old ways and habits? Sure. But I try to catch myself on it. Now, here's one of the things that happened to me way back when. It doesn't have to happen to do with health and fitness. But I was married to a great lady, and she was tragically killed in a car crash. And you know, we ran a dog rescue. We had 5 dogs of our own, a couple cats, birds, and you know, we split duties in the house. You know, she took care of certain things, I took care of certain things, and you know, after everything settled and you know, weeks kind of started, you know, passed, it was really easy to go, oh my gosh. You know, if a dog had, let's say, had an accident or in the hallway, or maybe the cat had a little accident or coughed up a fur ball or something. While Terry may have been the one that picked that up or took care of something at some point, every time it was up to me. I had to take full responsibility of everything that was going on. There was no shared anything there. And that was a big aha for me. And once I started taking control and, you know, putting in my own systems in that, I did. It felt a lot more liberating. And so, you know, once you're aware and you're willing to take responsibility, you still need to make the choice, and you need to do something about it. You need to take action if you want to change and grow. And I was determined on that. So you know, I know a lot of times I talk about health and fitness stuff, and I'll chat about that in this podcast when it comes to taking responsibility. But One of my mentors, John C. Maxwell, and I was just on a call with. I got to hear a little webinar with him the other day, but he's got a book out there called No Limits. It's like blow the lid off your capacity or something like that. Don't quote me on that one though. But he says to really grow your capacity, you got to be aware, develop abilities, and make the right choices. So awareness plus ability plus choices equals capacity. So I decided to proceed to get myself out of that downward spiral of unhealthy habits and to do something about it. Even though I was looking for quick fixes and I was just hoping it would go away and magically one day I would wake up fit and healthy. But when I took that responsibility, then I wasn't looking for a quick fix, although initially before that I was. But I decided, I'm not looking for a quick fix. I'm willing to put into work. But I needed to find something that would work, that would get me results and keep me engaged. And if you know my story, I dug into the home workouts because I just found that it wasn't convenient for me to get to a gym. I came up with too many excuses. Now you can still come up with excuses with home workouts too, but I found myself, gave me a plan, it gave me a structure, and I just wanted to see, will it work for me? And to tell you the truth, I failed the first time because I wasn't fully committed. I didn't take responsibility. But once I did, that was it. And when I got started, it didn't happen overnight where I got results. I didn't fall in love with vegetables or anything like that overnight, but it was small, consistent actions over time. That was the name of the game. Getting healthy and fit, it's a process. And just like getting unhealthy and unfit is a process. You see that happen when we don't take action, we eat the wrong foods, and we sit on the couch from day to day and don't do much. We tend to know what happens that way. Well, when we put in the exercise and we try to clean up our eating, and we do that consistently over time, you can see a dramatic difference. So, but we often dismiss how those little things can add up because things like eating right and exercise, they seem to be mundane to people. Maybe that's because it just seems so long to get results. I'm guessing it's hard work too. It's not like even saving money for kids' college fund or for a car, for a house, that takes work. It takes discipline. It takes little actions over time. And we often forget there's things that, when it comes to eating healthy and getting fit, and we're committed to this thing, then we forget the things that derail us, like extra helpings or those fun-sized snack bars or just a few more sips of wine or late night chips, and then we decide, we're going to overcome it by doing extra with our workouts or put in a little bit of extra charge. But those little things can add up against us as well. So here's the mindset that I embraced. I said, you know what? I'm just going to strive to be a little bit better than the day before. Does that always happen? No. But I'm always on that mission to strive a little bit better than the day before. I'm not letting things build up in such a negative way. I'm always striving for positive. So here's my Fit Start formula of what I do for moving myself forward, because it takes a little bit more than just showing up and getting a workout done. Okay. And these are things I've added over time, and it's kind of created this, I don't want to say magic formula, but it's something that works for me. I have a morning mindset ritual that I do where I'm writing down a little bit of, I'm like only taking just a few minutes for it, but it's just like, hey, appreciation for the day, some gratitude, a little bit of visualization. I do try to get in about a 10-minute meditation as well. And then I'm writing down just kind of in a quick I have the book, The 5-Minute Journal, and I write down some notes in there. Then I get in and get my exercise done. I strive to eat 80 to 90% clean most of the time. I also try to personally grow, either by listening to a good audio book, just about 15 minutes, or reading a good book on my Kindle. And I also strive to reach out and help inspire others, just because that helps keep me motivated when I know that I'm making a difference in somebody else's life. One other thing that I'm adding, this might not be a daily thing, but I do seek out personal coaching to improve my strengths and to help me get unstuck with things that I struggle with. So the benefits of this formula, it's not only helped me with my health and fitness, but it's helped me with relationships, spirituality, happiness, energy, and so much more. Isn't that the goal? Striving to be happy, healthy, joyful, and being fulfilled. At least that's my aim. I don't know what it is for you, but I find that what I strive, when I strive to take 100% responsibility and not finger point, that's the case. I mean, when I do that, I'm in control, and that's why I tell people to put yourself first. Because you're a servant leader when you are at your best, and when you take care of yourself, your mindset, your health and fitness, your energy, who you hang out with, all these things combined, you empower yourself, and that helps you empower others. Kind of like the analogy in the airplane where they say put on your oxygen mask first before assisting others. So let me ask you, are you taking responsibility for what you do? Are you taking 100%? That's all I have for this week. I hope this podcast inspired you, and thank you so much for joining and just connecting each week with this podcast and reaching out on email or reaching out in the comment section. I so appreciate it. And you know what? If you know of someone who can benefit from this podcast, please pass it on. And here's another thing, that may help you if you're looking to just be more consistent, or even, kind of get connected with the formula that I shared with you. You can download my free Fit Start guide at myfitstart.com. It's all yours. And I so appreciate you for subscribing and sharing this show. And what would be crazy cool, awesome, is if you would head over to iTunes and search for Power Blast Podcast and give it a rating and review so it can reach more people. Or even just go on to your podcast app on your phone and look for Power Blast Podcast. You can subscribe there. And then there's a little review section. You can give a little rating, you can give a review, and that would totally be awesome. You absolutely rock, my friend. Remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.